All right, grand rising everybody. It's 5:30 in the morning, Saturday morning. So I'm doing my little routine here. We're gonna start doing this on the channel, I think once a month. My routines are insanely consistent, and so you're gonna see a lot of the same stuff, but what I'm working to do is just document my journey. So this is more for me to look back upon to see where we're at. Right now I'm doing my hydrogen water, so I'm doing all my supplements. I do a little cocktail of apple cider vinegar for gut, baking soda. Do a little bit of that. L-glutamine for gut health. I take boron, NAD. These are not recommendations, of course, do your own thing. BCP 157. I'm 6 months into my parasite candida cleanse, and it's phenomenal. I lost about, I think I rebalanced back. I'm about 27 pounds down now, and about 10-11% body fat down. One thing I am struggling with, which I've never liked going to the dentist, but I have a root canal, and I've been having tooth infections over and over again. Now I'm gonna go to a biological dentist, and I'm probably gonna get my root canals removed and all of the metals in my mouth removed. It's just something that I feel I need to do. So I don't know if you can see this, we have supplements everywhere. So Raven and I are both on the same thing. So Raven got on it, I think she's going into week 4. She's doing fantastic. I'm gonna go hit shoulders and triceps, and then I'm gonna do some cardio, steam room sauna, and then I'm gonna go to work and knock out some videos, podcasts, some other videos for my men's program. So men, if you are interested, refinedintegrity.com. We're about 170 men strong right now. I'm building one of the largest community of men rising up to protect their family and their ecosystems. Join my community. All right, let's do this. I'll show you guys something that I think is kind of cool. I'm a big car guy, so this is the Alpina X7. If you're into Xrp, I don't know if you can see that. See, it has an X right there. It's kind of cool. It came like that, but it's literally the Xrp symbol. It's kind of funny. Everywhere I drive, I'm usually listening to some sort of, it's like a pattern that I have. So in the morning, it's spiritual, stoicism, Marcus Aurelius, Miramata Musashi, teachings of Jesus Christ. It's always spiritual in the morning. I start my morning, every morning, I just close my eyes, I pray. And then your brain, it's either beta to theta or theta to beta, is going from unconscious awareness to conscious awareness. Then I start my manifestation, and you can do it where you're, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, or whatever it is. It doesn't. People get so caught up in, like, it has to be a certain way. So immediately when I open my eyes, I pray, and from there I go into thinking and connecting to the feeling of things already created. For example, we were saying we're creating a $1 billion ecosystem. We are a $1 billion ecosystem, so we already are that. We have to accept it as it already is. And so the field that I'm living in now currently is the field that I was manifesting back in 2020. That's why we're doing this too, is because we've done so much vlogging or documenting, I guess. We're gonna do more intentional vlogging like this, is because I put on video like this things that I was going to do, and they are true. Alright, just got done with the workout. It's 6:33 right now. I'm gonna do about 45 minutes of cardio, and then I'm gonna hit the steam room and sauna, catch back up with you guys at the facility. I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, we're now at the facility. We just got this all remodeled. So this is our new office with my katana blade. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff. Coming soon, you'll understand what that is. And then this is a studio. Lights, camera, action. So what I'm gonna do right now is, if you haven't checked out the Coach JV podcast, I'm gonna recode the podcast. I get that uploaded. Our CFO, so we own a podcast company, which is Age of Radio. So Jeremy is the majority owner of that. If you do have a podcast or you're wanting to start a podcast, reach out to us. And Age of Radio, you can be on our podcast network. My podcast, I just go off the top of my head. I don't even write anything down. Sometimes I do, but you're just gonna see me go off the top of my head. So first thought that pops in, I talk about. Welcome to the Coach JV podcast. And today I wanna talk once again about the principle model. If you don't believe in something, you will fall for anything. Because if you make decisions based on money, on dopamine, temporary satisfaction, and not who you are, you're going to make massive, massive mistakes. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go, all right? I do my podcast, and so I'll knock out 5 podcasts, a couple videos for Refined Integrity, and then I'm gonna go pick up my son, my daughter. So my daughter's 20. You guys have met Raven. She's awesome. She's working for me full time. She is living her life, man. She's been traveling and just doing her thing. She has a goal to travel once a month, which I think is So cool, man. She's a legend, man. Now I'm going to change the branding. So this is 3T Warrior Academy. I'm going to change the branding to Refined Integrity. So freaking cool. Boom. So see that? Now I go onto my app on my phone and I'm going to change the headlighting. Boom. I take this symbol down. This down. And there you go. Refined Integrity. Now I'm going to jump into filming Refined Integrity. Keep rolling. Wrapped up. I love getting stuff done on Saturday and Sundays. Sundays I heavily prepare for Mondays. And one of the tools that I use too is before 12 o'clock on Monday, I try to handle the most difficult conversations, the most difficult things I need to do. It's awesome. I mean, on Saturday here, I've been working since 8? I worked out, sauna, all that stuff. There's no distractions at all. And then Sunday, if I don't have my son, I'll spend a lot longer. I'll work till noon, and it just makes me feel so free and open. So I work about 7 days a week, but what's important is because of my principles, I get off at 2 every single day. I have dinner with my kids every single night. That is extremely important to me. It's extreme. My kids are only kids once, man, and I am their childhood. I think it's important for, especially men, to create that safety and foundation for their kids to always have a safe place to come to. All right, shutting the office down here. Get this alarm on. Like I said, I'll get better at this vlogging. I think you're staring at my nose right now. Welcome to our Q&A with Coach JV. So what we did is we did a post on our Instagram story. Tons of questions came through, hundreds of questions. So this video, I'm going to answer some of those questions, and then if you look somewhere around the channel, you look in the playlist on the channel, you'll see our education section. The ones that we don't get to, I'm going to use that content in order to build educational videos for you guys. Now, one thing I want to share with you, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm going to answer the questions the best I can from my current paradigm. I will never, ever tell you anything I'm not doing myself.
This is the one we got quite a bit.
Okay.
I saw over the questions. What is the best or your favorite cold wallet?
Great question. So my favorite, and I don't know if it's the best, what we've heard, we've had 10,000 warriors go through our community. Most people within our community, and I personally use Ledger. So Ledger Nano. Key to this though is get it off of the official website. Write this down, everybody. Get it off the official website. Never, ever order it off a third party. Be very careful. I'm starting to see a lot of TikTok ads, things like that. I would highly recommend you just go to their official website or any hard wallet you get and order it from the official website. Never ever order it from a third party. We've heard nightmare stories of they're either hacked with something. Just get it off the official website. So I personally use Ledger Nano.
SEC versus Coinbase being dismissed. Do you think the SEC versus Ripple dismissal next?
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. It's coming. And again, if you guys follow my channel, I think this is all methodically planned out in time. You had Binance get paused, the Coinbase case get released or let go, and now we'll have the Ripple case get settled, and we'll be heading towards regulatory clarity. So there's people saying that it could be, someone put out April 16th. I don't know what that date has anything to do with, but it will happen when it's supposed to happen based on the current transformation of our financial system. So yes, it is inevitable. I believe it'll happen in 2025, and I think it'll be a fantastic catalyst for regulation within America and globally.
Is your crypto okay on Robinhood?
You know, I have a strategy that I use. I have my dividend strategy on Robinhood. I buy crypto from there because I do a de-risking strategy, and then from there I transfer it over to my other exchanges. I don't hold my crypto on Robinhood. I move it to other exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, and then of course people should move it to their hard wallet. So remember, not your keys, not your crypto. So anytime it's sitting on an exchange, you're at somewhat a risk. So I don't hold my crypto on Robinhood.
Next question is, how do you know when to take profits?
You know, that's a really, really personal question in regards to each person is individual and unique. So for example, my team, I have an expert team within our Warrior Academy, Gonzo and Jackie, which are my wise counsel. And so here's how we created my exit strategy. So number one, the first thing you have to know is your dollar cost average, right? For example, I was buying XRP, started buying XRP at 17 cents, and the lowest I ever got it was, I think, close to 13 cents, right? My dollar cost average is now about 30 cents because I continue to buy it every single day, dollar cost average, and I buy the dips. So you start with what your entry point is, right? And then you can use a tool called Fibonacci, right? So you can look this up on Google, or you can take a look at charting websites. It's called Fibonacci. So basically we're looking at the current buy-in price, and then we're using Fibonacci to look at the patterns to see where we think it may go. So the first target I use is usually close to the all-time high. You start with the all-time high in the previous bull cycle, start that as my first exit target, and then my next exit target is where I think it's going to go based on Fibonacci, right? And then we just ladder up on the way up, and then we put a big one, right? For example, let me do XRP. So my first exit target was about $2.70. I did my first exit, which was 10% of 50% of my portfolio. I'm holding 50% of my altcoins forever, 100% of my Bitcoin. Then my next target is $5. So I won't do anything until it hits $5. Then my next target is $7. I think realistically, $5 to $7 is very realistic in this bull run. Then I have stretch goals, which is like $10 to $14 and above. So that's how I set the exit targets, but it's all very individual per person based on your dollar cost average and where you think it's going to go.
Where did you grow up and how long have you been in AZ?
Oh, great question. My whole life. So I grew up in Mesa, Arizona. Our facility is in Mesa, Arizona. I went to high school here in Arizona. I won't give too much information. I guess you could find me, but I'm in Mesa, Arizona, and I've lived here my whole life. I left for the military in 1994 and traveled around the United States, and I came back to Mesa, Arizona. That's where our headquarters is at, the 3-2 War Academy.
This one is in all caps. When is crypto going parabolic?
It has gone parabolic. I think this is where a lot of people, and where we do a great job teaching people how to stay calm. To think about what is relative to parabolic. So my XRP has gone up right now, as we sit today, 580%. At one moment, it was up almost 800% from 2020. So I think what happens in crypto is that people think that they're going to get 50x gains, 100x gains, 1,000 gains because of this meme coin and the bullshit that's been created with this type of energy. A 2x, a 5x, a 10x is almost unheard of. Think about that in the normal traditional markets. Every 7 years at 10%, money doubles. In the cryptocurrency market, you can double your money within 2 months, 3 months, and 90 days, depending on what type of cryptocurrency. So I believe it is going parabolic, but if you're looking at the overall long-term strategy, you have amazing opportunity. We're at 3.3 trillion right now, and the global markets that are 111 trillion. So if you look at it from a 6-year horizon, you're going to see a massive parabolic gain over the next 10 years. So if you're trying to get rich quick, crypto is not the game for you. And if you're trying to get rich quick, you're going to get wrecked 100% of the time. So it has gone parabolic, and it will continue to go parabolic, but you need to make sure you understand what you're invested in.
With all the volatility, hacks, scams, how do you stay confident about holding Bitcoin?
Oh, great question. So I think those are all different aspects. You talk about hacks, scams. So if you're talking about in regards to scams, never, ever, ever send your crypto to anybody. There you go. There's the number one way to avoid scams is I'm never reaching out to you. I don't invest people's crypto. I don't have a trading platform. I'm never proactively DM you. I'm not on Telegram. I'm not on WhatsApp. My team will never ask you to send us money directly. So in regards to scams, don't ever send your crypto to anybody. Keep yourself safe. Here's a rule of thumb. If you have the person's phone number and you can talk to them personally or face to face, then that's the only reason you should ever send it, and you should understand why you're sending it to them. Number 2 is there are no crypto giveaways. Never, if an influencer's putting out a crypto giveaway, run as fast as you can. Brad Garlinghouse isn't giving away crypto. Now, I think there's 2 different questions in here. The other question is, how do I have confidence in Bitcoin? I think that's what it is. So 94% of the supply is gone, okay? So it makes it a very scarce asset. Only 6% is left. 80% of the supply has not moved. So it's operating not as a currency, not as a peer-to-peer network, it's operating as a store of value. Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve said it's not a threat to the dollar, it's actually a threat to gold, and it's also on the CFTC website as a commodity. The largest asset manager in the world flipped on us in 2023 and said it's a flight to quality. Now the 5 top holders in Bitcoin are Satoshi, who we don't know who it is, that's weird. BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world that was tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2008 and 2020 to balance out our markets, and also was a trusted advisor to Trump, Larry Fink. You got Strategy B, which used to be MicroStrategies. BlackRock is one of the top holders in MicroStrategies, just increased their position 5%. It's a Bitcoin company. Grayscale and America are the top 4 holders outside of Satoshi. So either they know who created it, or you can't beat it, join it. What I truly believe is that physical gold is alchemizing into Bitcoin gold, and I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. So for our family, we're holding Bitcoin as gold, and that's where my confidence comes from, not from another man or woman's opinion, based on what I can measure, what I can see, and what I can feel.
Is investing $20 a day in XRP good? I've been doing it for 2 months straight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Investing $1 in an asset. I mean, I'm not going to give any financial advice on here, but I think what you're doing is a very mature way to do this. Dollar cost averaging is the best. $20 a day, that's fantastic. So awesome job and congratulations. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in, but I think it's one of the greatest strategies that you're doing right now. I do the exact same thing. So I invest every single day in certain assets that I really, really enjoy and love and trust and know that will be here in the future. And then when it dips, I buy more. That is the best strategy, which is called dollar cost averaging, to keep yourself calm, to keep yourself in a great position, and to be able to hit those highs and lows. So yes, that's a phenomenal strategy. Stick to it. Don't let anybody fudge you out of it, and be very strategic about your exit plan, or just be a long-term holder and you're going to do just fine.
If you had to write a law to define rug pulling as a crime, how would you do it?
If you had to write a law to define rug pulling as a crime, the law would say you're an asshole. That's it. And if you're an influencer who are rug pulling people, you're a douchebag too. So I'm just going to say that how I feel about it. I think influencers who take money for cryptocurrencies and rug pull their people are assholes and douchebags. That's the law. You're a douchebag.
What's one thing you can tell beginners in the investing of crypto before it's too late?
Beginners invest before it's too late. I think the biggest thing is, the number one thing is to build a foundation before you ever get into any investment. So understanding your investment thesis. Okay, number one, what type of investor are you, right? Are you in this for the long term? Are you in it for the short term? Number two is you have to understand what money is, financial literacy. Like, if you don't know what the US dollar is, it's just debt. Raven's pay is my debt. My pay is her debt. So there is no money in the system. So once you understand what money is, then you can understand how to move money through the system. Once you develop financial literacy, then the next step is to start to understand why you're investing in something, not what to invest in. Everybody's like, what should I invest in? It's like, more importantly, why are you investing in it? Because if you had, I think Warren Buffett said this, if you had a punch card and I said you can only get 10 investments, that's it, you would do phenomenal, because you would study it, you would understand it, and nobody can take them away from you. So number one, financial literacy. Number two, understand what money is. And number three, once you pick your investments, stick with them and don't let anybody sway you out of that plan.
Somebody said, how's the diet, and are you going to implement any cheat days? And then people also ask, what is your cheat meal?
Great question. So the diet, let's take the word out. Diet has become a lifestyle. So actually Raven is doing it with me as well. And so we've created it part of our lifestyle. And so we're doing, just to make it pretty simple, we went through a hair sample blood test, and most human beings have parasites, candida, are living that way, especially in America because our food is so messed up. The nutrition plan and the way of living is going phenomenal. I'm in, I don't know, I think I'm coming in 6 months, actually next month. I've lost 31 pounds, 10% in body fat. I'm in the best shape of my life, turning 49 years old. I feel absolutely amazing. Basically, to keep it simple, as Raven and I look at ingredients, we just look to see, can we recognize the ingredients? Do we know what it is? And is there more than 3 ingredients, right? So we stay away from dairy, we stay away from gluten. What else? Refined sugars. So we're staying with all natural foods. It's going phenomenal. It's become a lifestyle for me. And so I'd say my cheat would be In-N-Out. That's our cheat. Yeah, there it is. We go get bunless burgers and the fries, because I can eat potatoes. So that would be my only cheat that I do, and I feel great. I think I could do this forever. I know I can do this forever.
How do you keep disciplined with time management and time blocking?
Oh, your schedule is your master, man. Sorry, God, I didn't mean that in that way, but that's what it is. You have to be mastered by your schedule. For example, Raven and I are filming this on a Sunday. My Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is already scheduled out. My videos are for tomorrow ready to go. My PowerPoints are built for the week. My schedule is the thing that I follow every single day. If you're not mastered by, I don't mean mastered, that's not the right word. If you're not dictated by your schedule, you're like a leaf in the wind, right? So I stay disciplined by creating patterns, by following a schedule. And another thing too is everything on your schedule must move the needle forward. Okay, don't put bullshit meetings on your schedule or put a bunch of random people on there. Set boundaries and make sure that everything on your schedule is moving the needle forward. And how do you measure that? At the end of your week, you look and see all the things that you did and you see what your progress is. Okay, so A times E equals R. So you get to Friday and you don't have the result. So it's either your activity or your effectiveness. So if you have the right activity, that means your meetings weren't effective or the things that you did, and you just measure the effectiveness, get rid of things that are wasting your time.
Thoughts on XRP 2025, XRP price prediction for 2025, XRP 2025?
Yeah, I don't do price predictions. I'm going to tell you what I'll do it based on my exit plan. Okay, so price predictions I think are one way that you're going to get wrecked. Okay, so because some people are saying it's going to 1,000, 10,000, this bull ridiculous, like it's not going to 1,000 or 10,000. Does it have the possibility to? Of course it does. It's not based on market cap, it's based on, basically XRP is a bridge currency. The more people that use it for a bridge currency, it actually burns, it's deflationary. I've heard people say too that it's an unlimited supply. That is not true. It's a fixed supply. Okay, simple mechanism. It removes the friction in finances. Okay, no nostro vostro, quicker payments. Okay, the more people transact on it, it burns every single time. So the more deflationary it becomes. So XRP needs to be expensive for the transaction to be cheap. That's simple. So within this current bull run, based on my exit targets, my entry priced, Fibonacci, I believe that XRP can go anywhere from $5 to $7 in 2025. And it all depends on institutional adoption from 2025 and beyond. So what you need to pay attention to is stablecoin regulation, cryptocurrency regulation, and institutions buying up that escrow that Ripple has. And from there, the more people that use it, the higher the price will go. Simple.
No question, just being thankful you changed my life.
Thank you. I love you so much.
What was the most difficult part of your journey?
It's hard to say. Well, it was discovering that it was me the whole time, man. That was the most difficult part, is I tried to blame the world for a long time of why I wasn't a good father when Raven was born and why I wasn't this. And I think the hardest part of my journey was discovering that it was me, and that became the most difficult moment in my life when I looked in the mirror and I'm like, oh shit, it's actually me. And that became the most difficult part of the journey, because now the journey that I'm on to become a stoic man, a man of Christ, and walk on this path of virtue over pleasure and living an honorable life, I know it's me, and that makes it the hardest part of my journey, is because I can't blame anybody else for my problems anymore. I used to spend all my time blaming everybody else and creating invisible enemies that don't exist, and when I found out it's me, I'm the reason why I can be a good father. I'm the reason why I can be a good person. So when I found out it was me and that I caused all those issues and hurt all those people, then that was the hardest part.
What's your favorite band? Do you have a favorite band or singer?
Trevor Hall, man. Trevor Hall. And then I've just got turned on to, thank you Sterling, my trainer, Hippie Sabotage, man. I've been vibing to their music. It's so cool. Hippie Sabotage, Trevor Hall. Trevor Hall would be, there's a lot of emotion to that with my spiritual journey. I spend a lot of time listening to Trevor Hall. And Benja, man, I love Benja, man. He's just a vibe, dude. I'm getting pretty hip with my lingo, huh? Why are you laughing, dude? That's my daughter behind the ones and twos.
Somebody said, what's your top 3 cryptos? And then they asked another one, said, and 5 and 6, and 7, 8, and 9. So basically people are asking, what are your top cryptos?
Yeah, my top crypto, XRP number 1, BTC number 2, XLM number 3, Solana, I sold a bunch of my Ethereum into Solana, number 4, HBAR number 5, VET, VeChain, number 6, then Ethereum, which is a much smaller part of my holding. It has reduced dramatically. I sold a bunch of Ethereum into Solana. I might make a decision to exit out of that. Near, which is AI, NEAR, ADA, I think Cardano, SHIB. So now these are going into really small percentages. CRO, Doge, QNT, Algorand, and Link. Top 5 would be XRP, BTC, XLM, Solana, and HBAR.
What got you into cryptocurrency, and when did you start to believe/understand?
Oh, great question. So a guy named Jay Bills walked into our facility. We're inside the facility right now, so we're in the studio part. Next door is a gym. We had 3T Warrior Academy. Our facility started as 3T Fitness. He walked into the facility, and Jay Bills, and I always give him
credit for this. He introduced me to XRP, and I sat down on my computer. I didn't believe in cryptocurrency. I came from banking, and I was like, it's a fraud, right? Jamie Dimon told us it was a fraud. You're, a criminal if you touch it. And so I looked it up, and the first thing I saw, and my whole life is a phoenix rising from the ashes, my story. And so the first thing I saw was a phoenix rising from the ashes, and I had this like deep interconnection to it. And then I looked at it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why aren't banks used? I came from banking. I went to CBA Executive Banking School, so they teach you in a simulation. We learned how to scale banks from the ground up, and I'm like, why aren't banks using this? So that was my first introduction to it. And I dove into it, and I'm really good at running businesses, so I understand infrastructure of businesses and how to scale businesses. So I started to look at all the cryptos as businesses. Not that you're buying a security, but I started to look at them that way, and that's how I started to invest. And that's how I got introduced, and I became obsessed with understanding the new infrastructure of the financial system, and that's how I positioned my whole family.
Are women allowed in your group?
Oh, great question. Let's start with what companies we have. So we have, and I want to separate these out. So we have a financial services company, insurance, right? So that's completely separate from our 3T Warrior Academy. Then we have the 3T Warrior Academy, which is for men and women, has 60% men, 40% women, so it's pretty balanced. It's almost 50-50. That is a financial literacy, financial education, crypto education, community, live calls, market calls. My revolutionary 120-day challenge, I've helped 10,000 people get their shit together since 2020. So that's men and women. We have retreats, we have conferences, so that's 3T Warrior Academy. And then we transition over to our next education community, which is a newer community that I created, which is called Refined Integrity. As I've gone through my awakening as becoming a divine masculine man, protecting God, family, protecting my ecosystem at all costs, stay out of the men's business, I'm too busy working on mine. That is a program specifically for men. I'm helping men become divine masculine and get their shit together. Okay, then we have within there we have our clothing brand, which is Refined Integrity, which you see why I'm wearing my hat all the time, because I love wearing hats, and also marketing. It's our company. We have Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto, which is we are 25% owners of Blockheads, which created Merlin, which is the smartest way to track your crypto. What other companies? So we have insurance, we have 3T Warrior Academy for men and women, Refined for men. We have Blockheads, which created Merlin, smartest way to track your crypto. I'm part owner of Age of Radio, which is a podcast company, which my CFO, Jeremy, created. I have Freedom Asset Management Group that manages all those assets, and I think I'm missing something, but that's our companies.
You talk about doing research, but I'm lost on where to even begin. Where should I start?
My channel. Start with Good Morning Crypto and the 3T Warrior Academy. So 3T Warrior Academy, we do all the research for you. Well, I should say you should do your own research, but we know that people have 9-to-5s. They're working every day. So we try to synthesize it into bite-sized pieces and keep you updated with the news with 3T Warrior Academy. And then I bring more of the logical based on the news. So they're very news-based, narrative-based, and I'm more bringing it into the logical-based, right? So I would watch the channel. A couple other people that to take it further. Raul Paul is fantastic. Really, 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 really good crypto educator. I love Kathy Woods if you're looking at more big picture. Ray Dalio, macro microeconomics, and those are the big three that I always focus on. So
how can we work with you, or what is the cost to work with you?
Great question. So we have programs for everybody. We have, first of all, let's start with free, right? Because we want to make sure that people have free education. So we created a education portion on this channel right here. If you go to playlist, weekly we're doing free education videos because we know people are starting out. Then we have levels to the system, right? So you can come into the system, like the way I explain it is there's a gym, right? The gym would be the 3T Warrior Academy. If you walked into a gym, right? You have access to all the equipment, but you got to use the equipment. You got to get on the calls. You got to do your thing, right? You got to go through the education self-paced. So that's an entry level. It depends on where you come in at. It's anywhere from $49 to $69 a month. Then you go into a mid-level coaching, which is 4 live calls with me, and then we have a monthly call, a market call. We break down portfolios, look at everything out there. We're not showing you what to do. We're giving you a fishing pole, teaching you how to fish. Those are entry level. That depends on where you're at. Anywhere from 1,400 goes up to 2,000. And then we have private coaching programs as well, which you can meet with our team around that. So it's all interdependent on where you're at in your journey. So there's there's thousands of hours of free content, all the way up to, hey, listen, I need my hand held through the process. But what we're not going to do is we're not financial advisors. I'm not going to tell you what to invest in. We're going to give you a fishing pole and teach you how to fish. It's education. That's what we need. We need financial literacy. We don't need to be told what to do anymore. We need to learn how to do things. So we teach you how to do it.
Long-term Solana thoughts.
Long-term Solana thoughts that's the key. It's a long-term hold. I'm going to continue to accumulate Solana with these dips. For example, this is, what's the date today? February 23rd. With the big Libra collapse, rug pull, Solana went down, so I bought more. I got into Solana about 4 months ago. The reason why I'm bullish on Solana, I shared this with my academy, I closed out a lot of my Ethereum, and I went into Solana. If you watch Xrp Unleashed rig from the start, you'll see that Ethereum is deep in the. I've always known that Ethereum is deep in the banking system with Consensus and the Ethereum Ethereum Enterprises, right? So JP Morgan, it's all connected. So Ethereum is more centralized, and then Solana, what I really am bullish on is DeFi, decentralized finance, which I think Solana is going to play a big part in that. So long term, I don't really have any price predictions on it, other than I'm going to continue to accumulate it. So,
do you think they will stop printing dollars and start using crypto?
Well, the first thing that we can look at is eventually we will not use cash anymore. That's a fact. So Rosie Rios was told to reduce coin and cash usage in 2012, but she couldn't because Obama turned the printing machine on full blast, shedding a shock to the system to change consumer behaviors. And here in 2020, we had a shock to the system, which kind of slowed down cash movement. Most stores don't accept cash anymore. And recently, the Treasury stopped making pennies. So you're going to start to see a slow transition into a digital dollar, a digital yuan, a ruby. Everything is going to be digital. But that's going to be a long transition. I mean, you're talking years and years and years. But eventually, yes, everything will be on the blockchain, everything will be digital, and everything will be tokenized. There'll be no cash.
Are we in a bull run, or when is the bull run coming?
We are absolutely in a bull run. So we're recording this on February 23rd, 2025. We're fully in a bull run. For example, since Trump won the election, XRP, I think I looked at it, shot up. Right now it's currently up, my portfolio is up 599% just on XRP. So we are currently in a bull run, but it doesn't feel like it because there's this massive manipulation and sideways action going on February 23rd, 2025 as we're recording this. So yes, we're absolutely in a bull run. You're going to see big parabolic moves and then cool-offs, right? So I think everybody expects and thinks that everything is just going to go straight up. If you observe nature, the tide goes in, the tide goes out. So yes, we're in the bull run. If it follows the same cycle, we'll see some moves going up. Maybe selling may go away. Go on the back end of the year, it's going to go back up. And then if it follows the same cycle, which we may have a super cycle, but if it follows the exact same pattern, that's the only thing we can measure within this current paradigm, is it should go back down in 2026, 2027, 2028. Bitcoin halving 6 months after will follow the same cycle.
Why do you always tell people to hold crypto till 2030, not beyond that? God bless you with great health and wealth.
Great question. So I'm glad that you asked that, because a lot of people, based on what I say, because I bring up 2030 quite a bit. So just to share with you, I'm holding crypto way beyond 2030 into my lifetime, and to Raven, it'll pass on to Raven and her children, and John and his children. I think the perception that people get is because I talk about 2030 quite a bit. The next 6 years are super critical. What I mean by that is the next 6 years up into 2030 are extremely critical, because that is where the big digital tokenization transformation is going to happen. So just to be clear, I'm holding 50% of all alternative coins, all other coins besides Bitcoin, forever. I'm exiting 50% because I have a very deep diversification strategy, which we show in the education part of our YouTube channel. And then Bitcoin I'm holding forever. So I'm holding way beyond 2030. What I mean by that is beyond 2030, everything's going to be tokenized. Our whole system will be operating on blockchain, tokenization, banks will be custodying your crypto. So great question, because other people probably have that perception, is I'm holding crypto forever. I would like to say thank you to everybody. Again, none of this is financial advice. One thing I want to say to you guys is that I will only ever speak from my paradigm. So you'll see that my things will change along the way, only because that's what I'm doing. We've never been paid by a cryptocurrency company to promote a token, ever. Everything we talk about we own, or we're part of the ecosystem, or have a piece in helping that continue to grow, and we can actually measure the success of that company. So I think that's really important. I'm very thankful that you guys are here. I'm thankful that you guys are on this journey with us, and the thing that I would want to leave you with is to know that being present is the key to all this. I mean, 99% of stuff you're worried about is not even going to happen. Okay, everything is happening within this present moment. In the beginning is the end, and in the end you'll find out it's in the beginning. So your actions, your behaviors, your thoughts are the seeds planted for the future that you want. So everything you're thinking about right now, okay? Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent is the seed you're planting for tomorrow. So know that there's nothing you're looking for. You're already rich, you're already healthy, you're already wealthy. You have to accept what is already yours, and then your soul has to go through the experience until it reaches that paradigm to accept it. So you're already everything that you want. You just got to go through the journey, be present, enjoy your life, and stop being so stressed out about it. It's going to be okay. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Love you.